All right, well, that one wasn't quite as much fun as the last ones we've had. It's pretty simple, you know, I thought I had it in my mind and I was pretty correct, pretty close. The thing that concerned me going into the game was their offense. I think they're really good on offense. I think they're really good at what they do. And I was concerned about third down conversions, as I mentioned. And they were 50% again today on third down. They stayed on the field. We couldn't slow down the run. And offensively, we turned the ball over. We had 4 turnovers. So, combination of turnovers, not getting off the field on third downs, and not taking advantage of early game opportunities to score. You know, the first two drives, we turned the ball over inside the 30-yard line going in, and just gave them a chance to capitalize a little bit. But they outcoached us, and they made some plays. There was a lot of what I call 50-50 plays, throwing the ball both sides. They made the plays, we didn't. They did a really good job of coaching. They're good what they do. They're good with what they do on offense, and we should have been better on defense. We weren't, and then we couldn't capitalize offensively on in certain situations. Kind of snowballed into to what ended up happening. So I told the team, you know, we got to shower up and get on the plane, head back, and go to work tomorrow.
I apologize if you addressed this when you first got in here. I was a second late. Did you sense a quote unquote Bethlehem letdown from this team?
No, I really didn't. We practiced average on Tuesday, but we practiced good on Wednesday. I mean, I think we got out coached, and I think they made the 50-50 plays.
You're looking at Ollie and his performance. Was there something that UCF did to slow him down? You know, I know he got kind of nicked up on that interception.
I don't think we blocked very good. I don't think he had a lot of places to run the ball. I mean, I would have to watch the tape to be fair, but I don't know that we covered guys up and gave him creases in this game like he's had the last 4 or 5 games.
Is that due to having to shuffle around some guys on the offensive line?
We're moving some guys around. I'm going to give them credit, really. I think they did a good job. I think they had a really good plan on both sides of the ball. That may have caused that more so than necessarily us. But it didn't look like the creases were there that we might have had the last month.
Looking at the 3 interceptions that were obviously big momentum killers, you know, a lot of it looks like just kind of some unfortunate stuff on your end because they all got tipped at the air and then picked. Was that kind of what you saw?
Yeah, a couple of them were I thought good throws, and it just didn't happen, and it just ended up being kind of a perfect storm there. And you know, we're coming back and going down inside the 30, and we get an interception. And you know, even coming out of the half, we score, and we get a turnover, got a chance to score again, and then you know it doesn't work out for us. So. One of them, maybe 1.5, could be somewhat justified, and the other one was a tip ball, I think. But you know, I just have to look at it.
Like you said, OU stacked the box last week,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to do something about it. They clearly stacked the box today. You weren't able to do anything about it. What was the difference?
Well, one of the conditions weren't real favorable for us to do something about it. Once it started happening, it was difficult to throw it around a little bit, and so that hurt us at that particular time. Once we got in that position and we needed to get the ball out down the field and out on the perimeter, and it was difficult there for a couple quarters.
I guess there was a sideline report that y'all didn't have all your rain gear or something. I don't know, how much stock did you put into that, or what the rain did to change you guys' plan?
A report of what?
I guess there was a sideline report that you guys didn't have all your rain gear. I don't know if that's even true.
I wouldn't even know what that for the players.
Yeah. Apparently.
Oh, I don't even know what rain gear is. Honestly, I don't even know what they were talking. Maybe they're talking about for us. I don't know. We don't put the players in anything different.
Y'all weren't missing anything though, were you?
Not that I know of. We didn't miss some coaching. We didn't coach very good, but no rain gear. I don't know anything about that.
What effect did the conditions have on the game? Because the rain seemed to come really quickly there in the second
Well,
quarter.
we got behind by a few scores, and we need to move the ball somehow on the perimeter, get the ball downfield, and for the second quarter, he couldn't throw the ball. So, but they had the same issue. They just had the benefit of being ahead, so it worked out. That's not why we lost the game. We lost the game because I think we got outcoached, and they made some 50-50 plays that we didn't. Now, when we needed to play some catch up and do things that we've done in the past, the conditions weren't very favorable. So I'm not going to say they were, but that's just the way it is.
When you say we got out coach, what does that mean?
I think scheme-wise we got outcoached. I think they had better schemes versus our defense, and I think their defense versus our offense, I think they outcoached us. Now, I'm going to have to watch the tape to be fair, but I think just, my job is to watch and make adjustments during the game and see how things go and have conversations with the staff and both sides of the ball. And just my judgment from watching it from the sideline is that they were better prepared than we were for this game.
Mike, you mentioned that a couple times this year after losses. Does it concern you that this is maybe the third or fourth time you guys have been outcoached in a season?
Well, we've been pretty good the last 6 weeks. So I think you understand now, coaches have schemes going in games, and sometimes theirs are better than ours, and ours are better than theirs. And sometimes players play better, and they play better than we did, and so on and so forth. We would like to say that we want to outcoach everybody 12 times a year. Probably not going to happen. I've been doing this a long time. There's times that when we get home and watch the tape, we're like, gosh, that just wasn't very good schemes and concepts for this. Or we underestimated that they could do this. And that happens. That's just coaching, right? I mean, that's just part of it. And in this league and in college football now, with things going on, the parity is there. Like every week, you're just not so much better than the other team that if your concepts aren't as good and they play better than you, you can't just overcome that. So most of the teams in this league are all about the same. And so my honest opinion is that they coached better than us in this game. And then on the 50-50 plays, which are passes down the side where we have a chance or they have a chance, both sides of the ball. Or we have a chance to break a tackle, they have a chance to tackle us, or vice versa. I thought they made more 50-50 plays than we did today. And then I thought that their schemes were better.
They got you on some big plays. That's happened a little bit this year with that secondary being so young. Was there a consistent through line that you could see that why they kept getting you guys deep so much?
Well, we had somebody right there. The deep balls that they hit, I think, they hit about 3 of them, right? Well, the first play of the game, he was right on him. Mm-hmm. And I think there was 4, but the coverage wasn't bad. Now, the one offsides where they threw it up and Corey, the kid came back and got the ball. Yep. I mean, that happens sometimes. But the other balls that were 50-50 balls, our coverage wasn't bad. We were right there. They just went up and got them.
They got you guys in the run game a little bit too. Was there a consistent thing that was going wrong, or was it a little bit of everything?
I don't know, because it's hard to tell from where I am. Again, I talked to them and understand what happened, but it's a little confused. It's a little bit. It's hard to understand. Guard and center worked up, and then the nose got to be in this gap. The backer's got to get back over, and so whether they got pushed to the side or they got squeezed back inside, it's kind of complicated. But I just have to look on tape.
Mike, is there anything you can take away from this game, or is it just kind of a throwaway?
No, we don't throw them away. We have to learn from this. This team is going to be a good football team in this conference. They're located in an area where they can drive and get 3 or 4 hour drive, and probably there's 200 offers. So and I think their enrollment here is about 70,000. So this is going to be a good school in this conference. So we need to learn from this. We have to watch this tape as coaches, as hard as it is. We have to watch it and take notes and learn. And then we have to give the information to the players, the things that we think can help us for the next game. And then we have to store the rest of it away, because, let's play these guys again eventually.
You talked last week about the importance of moving forward after a big emotional win. Now you got a really tough loss. Is that different, the same, more challenging?
It's the same, and that's not really coaches talk. That's every week. I shared it with them then. I said, last week we were riding high and I was worried about all your emotions, and I said, now your challenge is to face adversity and face face the facts and when things don't go well, coaches and players, and then you have to move forward. There's nothing we can do about this game, but we don't throw it away. We learn from it, and then we move forward. And guys have got to come back, and you know, some of them will lift tomorrow, and then Monday they got to work out and practice and get ready to play another game. We got to travel on the road, and the teams that we're playing in this league are pretty equal to us. So we got to get ready to play each week.
Mike, for the way the game started, they just score next time they get it back.
That's right.
And score. And the way you started, moved it a little bit, then fumbled,
Well,
moved it a
we
little
went-
bit, then a pick. It's
That's right.
hard to believe
That's right.
that you were ready to play. I mean, it looks like you weren't ready to play emotionally.
You know, I can't. All I can do is go off what I see. So I can't answer any way other than, you know, because it's going both ways. Like they scored, but we went right down the field. We were rolling pretty good, and then we fumbled. So like, did the fumble? Does that mean we're not ready to play, or they got a good hit? I haven't seen it. And then the other time, we're going right down the field. We threw an interception on the 12-yard line or something, right? Bounced off a helmet. So I don't think it would be fair for me to say we weren't ready. We were ready up until those things happened. But as far as the emotional side of it, all I can go off of is what I know from practice and then watching them at the hotel and stuff yesterday and before the game. I just don't think there was an emotional hangover. I just think what I said earlier had more to do with the game than that.
A couple more for Coach.
You were worried about an emotional hangover Monday, talking about it. So whatever you were planning to do, you felt like that got through and it turned out the way you were hoping it would coming into this game?
Well, just like what we talked about, you know, the emotional side of how it affected the game, there could be a debate one way or the other, and I don't know that anybody could win the debate. But whatever, it didn't get accomplished. But I'm going to go back to what I said when I started this. I think we got outcoached. So the emotional side of that shouldn't be as much of a factor.
Last one.
I'll give them credit, I guess, is what I'm saying, for what they did concept-wise.
Last one.
Did Ollie get frustrated a lot?
A little bit. He got
Animated.
frustrated. He got frustrated a little bit, but he does that a lot. You know, Ollie's he's very animated, very emotional young man, and when things are going good, he does that. But the team did a good job of handling. They didn't lose their composure as a group, and their body language wasn't bad. They continued to work and fight. So from that standpoint, there wasn't any issues.
Thanks, guys.
Good.